This is not financial advice, it's not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all the YouTube algorithm stuff, so you can put them out, see what I'm thinking, see I'm analyzing that data. But like I tell y'all every day, the day they release us is false, and it gives a false narrative to the markets. We can make bad trading decisions. Listen, the SEC always implementing all these new rules, okay? And the thing is, they think we're idiots. They have sufficient rules on the book that if they just enforce them, a majority of the fraud and the corruption in the market would stop. If they just shut down the dog pools, I believe 90% of the corruption in the market would stop. With that simple step, just shut down the dog pools, 90% of the corruption would stop. I mean, they have rules against naked shorting, but they allow naked shorting to continue. They got rules against spoofing. They got so many rules already on the books that they can utilize to protect retail investors, but they don't. And now they have this new rule that they're implementing that requires the mutual funds to have 10% of their assets that are highly liquid. Okay? First of all, this new SEC rule is supposed to, I guess, help prepare the open-end funds in case of the distressed market conditions. And here's the thing. You know the funds are fighting that 10% liquidity. They are fighting it. And you know why? Because if you're required to be 10% liquid, that pushes into their margin requirements. And we all know they are severely over leveraged. Like me personally, I don't do margin. I stopped doing margin. I did a while ago, but I got out of margin because it just gives too much power to the brokers. And that's just my opinion. I'm not telling you to get in margin. I'm telling you not to get in margin. I'm just telling you that I don't do it. I don't do margin anymore. I don't do it. But I'm saying that to say this. Margin requirements for us, maybe 2-to-1. Maybe 3-to-1, but I don't really know too many retail investors who have 3-to-1 margin requirements. But these bad actors are 15-to-1, 20-to-1, 50-to-1, 100-to-1. And at one point, there was evidence that a certain big bank was 150-to-1 over leverage. So think about that for a second. If they're required to have 10% highly liquid, and they're like 50-to-1 margin requirements, I mean, that knocks out a big portion of their portfolio. And that is why I believe, and it's just my opinion, why they are fighting the liquidity requirement, because it stops them from being able to, it limits the amount of money they have available to trade, available to do what they do. That's really the bottom line. The 10% liquidity limits the amount of money that they have available to trade and do their shenanigans in the market. And they are fighting it tooth and nail. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think the SEC needs to implement new rules, or should they just enforce the rules they already have on the books? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.